07 Commanders, and welcome to this week's video. You may have traded your backside off and starting to get bored of the space pews against the pirates and the other wanted people around the system and thinking, what can I get into next in Elite Dangerous? Well, here I am to give you an introduction into laser mining, a fantastic way to make yourself a lot of money. Now before we dive into it, if you do end up liking this video, please do not forget to hit that like button. Also subscribe for notifications on future content and ring that bell to be notified whenever anything's uploaded. But now guys, let's get straight into it, shall we? So to get yourself started with laser mining, you're going to need three things. The first of these is a mining laser. Without a mining laser, how are you going to laser mine? You've got to have a laser to be able to laser mine. You use these to shoot the asteroids and break off the chunks that you are wanting to collect. So now moving on to the second thing that you're going to need a refinery. So now what the refinery does is it takes the fragments that you have mined and it extracts the minerals from them, if you like. Each fragment has a percentage of minerals and it will contribute towards the progress of refining a whole one. Now other than the refinery and the mining laser, what you need is a cargo rack. Now without a cargo rack, where is the stuff that your refinery spits out going to go? You get all of these three things and you are set to at least start laser mining. Once you've kitted yourself out with those three items, open the system map and find yourself the closest ringed planet, set a course and start flying out that way. Now do be careful if you approach these rings too quickly, same as if you approach any object too quickly, including the exclusion zone of a star, you will be pulled out of Super Cruise and you'll take a little bit of hull damage. It's relatively easy to manage your speed, skate across the top of the rings like I'm doing here, and then when you feel like you're close enough, jump yourself out of Super Cruise and then just start accelerating down towards the asteroids themselves. So how do you pick which asteroid that you want to mine? Well, you don't actually have any tools to be able to do that at the moment with the loadout that we've selected, so any asteroid will do. Now let's move on to the next bit. So we've selected our asteroid, we have approached it and we have started shooting at it with our laser. If we were in cockpit view here, you would see little bits flying off that are targetable. But this is all you have to do, guys. Get close to an asteroid and start shooting it with your mining lasers. So now here we are in cockpit mode, guys. You can see there are fragments flying away. We've targeted one of them. Now to pick this up and be able to plot this into your refinery, you're going to need to pop your cargo scoop down and you're going to need to start flying towards it, playing the cargo scoop minigame, just like you do with black boxes or any sort of canisters you find out in space or on a surface with the SRV. So as you see, as we fly towards this and pick this up, this will now deposit what the minerals that are in this rock into our refinery. Now you can find your refinery in the right hand tab, that's by pressing number 4 for me. You go across to your inventory screen and it is the second tab down. As you can see here, we've got a bunch of minerals in there already at different levels of progress. You don't want one? Hit this eject button and watch it disappear, just like this lithium does here. There we go, empty now. Occasionally that hopper box at the top may get full, especially if you've got a smaller sized refinery. You may have to chuck the stuff out of your hopper in order to start taking in more minerals and processing more stuff into actual items that you can sell. You can do quite a lot with this refinery. The bigger ones get a bigger number of slots, but this is what refines your minerals for you. But now you want to level up your laser mining. Now there's two things you need to be able to do this. Number one is the Prospector Limpet controller. This allows you to see what's in each asteroid, what kind of quantity and what kind of minerals as well, so you can make choices on what you want to pick up. The second thing is the Collector Limpet controller. Now this stops you having to cargo scoop. As long as your cargo scoop is open, you can throw these guys out and they'll go and collect the fragments for you. Now to buy your limpets, you're going to want to go over to the Advanced Maintenance section and then you want to go to the Restock section once you're in there. there will be an option within there to fill your cargo hold with limpets. Now limpets do take up cargo space, so it's up to you as to whether you want to fill it full. I choose to go about halfway here, but these are what are used to provide ammo to your collector and prospector limpets. You don't need to buy different types of limpets, a single limpet fits all purposes. So now we're back in our asteroid ring, and let's make use of the limpets that we've got, shall we? So you just need to choose an asteroid that you want to find out what's in. And as long as you have bound both your collectors and your prospectors to a fire group, once you've picked this asteroid, it is as simple as firing off a prospector limpet. We've got it bound to primary fire here, so as we look around to find the asteroid, we actually want to see what's in there. Let's see. This one looks like a decent option. And we will fire out our prospector limpet, and in a moment you'll see it come into vision of the cockpit, and as soon as that's happened you can target that thing. Keep it targeted until it tells you that the asteroid is depleted. Now as soon as this impacts, if you look to the bottom left of the screen, you'll be able to see it is giving us a breakdown of what is in that asteroid, how much is in that asteroid, and what the most common what's the word I'm looking for? The most common mineral in that asteroid is. Now as far as deploying the collector limpets, it's as simple as firing off, in our case here, the secondary fire. Now you can see it says no valid collection targets there. That's because we've not mined yet. So we've deployed a limpet, and we know also we need to have our cargo hatch open. So we've got to open our cargo hatch so our limpets can actually bring the stuff that they're getting back into the ship. Without the cargo hatch open, they won't be able to do that. And you'll see as we start mining here and things start flying off, you'll see little white lights flying around. These are the limpets going and gathering the fragments that are coming right off the asteroid that we see here. And they will come back and they will deliver it straight into your cargo hatch. So as you're doing this, your limpets will be going around picking up these fragments, pulling them into your cargo hold, into your refinery, and your refinery will be processing them into actual sellable minerals. Now your collector limpets will expire after a certain period of time. You can also accidentally shoot them down, so you are going to be going through probably a handful of limpets doing each asteroid until you get told that the asteroid has been depleted. Now you can keep going until you run out of limpets, and if you don't fancy scooping up fragments yourself with your cargo scoop, that's a good time to head back to the station. Otherwise you can just carry on scooping them up with your cargo scoop. If while you're in cockpit mode you look up to the top right of the screen where the general information gets presented to you about what's going on in the game, you'll see every now and then fragment refined, and it'll tell you what mineral you've refined. You can also check your cargo bay and see how much of each thing you've made, and keep an eye on your refinery to make sure you're not getting any unwanted minerals and you're ejecting them as and when they go in there. The fragments that they're picking up as well, they're also visible on the contact screen in the left hand panel, and from there you can tell limpets to ignore collecting certain minerals if you don't want them to go into your refinery at all. But once you're out of limpets or have a full cargo hold, the next thing to do is to go back and sell. So head back to your nearest station, and you may have to bear with me a little bit here guys. I've got a new HOTAS, so I'm still relearning how to fly, so I may not be landing as cleanly as I normally would, but selling your haul from mining is exactly the same as selling any other commodity within the game. If you've been doing some trading within Elite, you will know exactly how to do this. So you fly into the station, dock as you normally would. Let's see how this landing goes, shall we, with this new HOTAS? HOTAS? Let me know in the comments what you think the pronunciation for that should be. People have been taking the mick out of my British pronunciation of it. But one thing that is absolutely amazing with this is I now have lateral movement at my fingertips without having to reach towards my keyboard. But there we go, we're landed. So yeah, if you've been doing a lot of trade, you'll know exactly how this works. If you go into Starport Services, you have to make your way to the commodities market, and then once you're in the commodities market, if you make your way to the sell tab, and then just scroll until you find the item you're trying to sell, it's easy to tell what that is because on the left hand side it'll have a count of how many you have. Hit the button on that and let's go, sell, and boom, there's your profit. and you're well on your way to starting making your mining millions. So thanks for watching, guys. This video is obviously geared towards newer Elite players. I'm only just under a month into the game myself, and it took me a little while to figure out how all this stuff worked, so hopefully this has been helpful for at least some of you. If it has, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know what else you'd like me to dive into figuring out as well. Deep core mining is something that I don't even know how to do yet, but as I figure it out, I'll put a video together for that. Like I said at the beginning, if you did enjoy this video, please hit that thumbs up button and also that subscribe button, and ring that bell to get notifications of when new content is going to be dropped. Also, you can come and follow the journey in Elite over on Twitch. I'd love to see you over there. It's a way to come and interact with me live. Obviously, there's also Twitter, Discord and Instagram. The links for all of these will be in the description down below. But as always, guys, my name is Deej. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.